This is from SVG.com. EA Sports strikes a big money deal with the English Premier League after losing the FIFA name. EA Sports is reportedly on the verge of agreeing to a new 6-year deal with the EPL worth some £488 million. A contract said to be worth more than double the value of the original deal. I got some negotiation. Sky Sports reports that clubs were briefed on the deal this last Friday, which is expected to bring in more than £80 million annually. In return, EA will retain the rights to some of the most popular football clubs in the world, including Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. I just want to say a shout out for listing Manchester City first. Clearly the most important and most popular club in the world. Just want to start with that. What do you guys think about this?
Sure.
The way that I be lying. Oh, the way I be lying. But no United in your face. This is, well, okay, actually, I'm going to go first. This is, I thought, huge. I thought it was sneaky. I thought it was clever. And this, where we are right now with all this talk about the EPL being the Super League, where it's a fact. And let's be honest, if Real Madrid didn't win Champions League so frequently, like if Spain didn't win Champions League so frequently, would we honestly consider them level? Like, in terms of a league, like it would be the EPL so far out ahead of everybody else, and the rest of the leagues are farmers. Nobody cares about the Bundesliga. That's just the Bayern league. No one cares. It's so boring. The Italian league completely fell off. Even Juventus is bad. Sorry, Rip Anton. The Italian league. Who's the best talent? Who's talented over there? Who's like the young talented? I think Leao plays over there. Maybe. Spain has some fun players. Oh, okay, like I don't know. Barca's got some. That's the weird thing about Spain. Like they have players, but like only they love them. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I don't know if Gavi and Pedri start in the top six. Well, maybe in the top six, but the top three.
They try and make those two seem like he's Foden. And you know me, I'm a United guy, but like you got to respect what it is. Like you got players like Phil Foden who are super young, and you got to like take that as like the level. And it's like I don't see those two at that level. I completely agree. It's like those are all lesser leagues, in my opinion.
I think Foden's. Well, I won't get too. We're getting soccer here. I think Foden's. I think they're in a similar conversation. He's down right now. He's an incredible talent. He's down right now, and again, they're the type of people that have talent. But there's individuals like Kevin De Bruyne that, like, play in the midfield that are solid all the time. Like, look at Chelsea. Again, Conte's been gone for ages on injury, but there are guys that are like grown men there. You know what I mean? That like you can be relied on every single game. They're not young, like they're going to be great in the next 5-year players. Either way, my point being, the Premier League is by far, in a way, it's like the Premier League, Barca and Madrid. Sure, like if you want to put two other teams in there, that's fine. Every other team is in the Premier League. Even like Newcastle's going crazy. Is it Brentford that's been playing their ass off, or Brighton? I think it's Brentford. It's like a runaway situation. It is Brighton. It's like a runaway situation, and I think what EA did here by choosing to partner with the Premier League makes so much sense. If they got the Prem and just those two other clubs, like that would be pretty strong. I'm going on for a long time. I guess I will say, now that I say all of that, I'd be pretty bummed if I lived in like Italy or somewhere. I could care less about the MLS. Anton, do you think this is clever? Good move? Bad move?
Yes and no. I mean, it was good. I do agree in that aspect of like the Premier League. I mean, I don't know. I may be a little biased because I follow the other leagues. I mean, in my opinion, it kind of sucks though that they're not. I mean, I just don't think they're marketed as well because I mean, look at a lot of the talent that gets signed out of Germany that ends up going. I mean, look at Jadon Sancho, Jude Bellingham. Who else did they just sign? Like you know what I mean? Like the Wolfsburgs, the RB Leipzigs. It's like they're good developing, but they're not the stars. You know what I mean? And so that's what I mean. They're not like I like watching them. Same with what I mean. I guess that's why I like Italy and France as well. But
doesn't that inherently put it on a lower? Doesn't that make it like the college league, right? If it's like where you go to see the stars either develop or like. That's the good scouting league where they're going to graduate to the big league, right? You see what I'm saying? How it separates and puts the EPL like on its own.
But again, I think it's just the marketing thing for that they do for it. 'Cause, I mean, a lot of those clubs still beat those clubs in Champions League or Europe. You know what I mean? So I just don't think they have the same money and TV rights as the bigger clubs, and it's hard to grow when you don't have and you're not consistently in front of people's faces. Especially who the fuck is watching these teams from East Germany and shit? You know what I mean? Like nobody cares. Like
I do
unfortunately, you know.
think
So
right. I'm with you. I think tournament play is different too, though. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean you're a better club. I think like by
Mhm.
nature of the teams moving, I don't know. Either way, we'll have to see.
I
It's
just don't
weird
know,
though, right? Like it's
like how do they market this for the other leagues though? Then you know what I mean? Like yeah, they have the rights for them, but then what about everybody else? You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to think of who to. Because you didn't say Manchester United, but I believe they're partnered with
Pez.
fucking Konami, right? Because I know
Yeah.
Juve was until this last season they came back. But I believe Manchester still is. Manchester and
Mhm.
Barcelona still are.
see,
Barcelona and Inter
also
Milan.
Yeah.
how did
So I don't.
how are the clubs going through FIFA? Isn't and like where does you maybe I'm confused, but like doesn't FIFA own all the federation naming rights and like global football, but they don't own all the club even though they have the Club World Cup, they don't govern club football, do they? I thought and like what's UEFA? I'm confused.
What does this mean for the next World Cup update? Does this mean that
I'm
EA
assuming
won't
World
have
Cup's
like a World
gone.
Cup update then? Right.
Well, but also though, like FIFA's no bit. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna do something. Like here comes Konami with the FIFA. Like FIFA's not gonna. There's one thing I know about that organization is they're not gonna like lie down.
Right.
Interesting, completely different thought. It says here that the deal is expected to bring in more than 80 million pounds annually. That's like one pretty good player. Like, what is that enough money for this? I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
Right.
Isn't that like a really low amount of money?
What makes me
6
ask,
years,
like,
480 million.
what other stuff do they get aside from that? Because when you put it like that, Kev, that's true. It is kind of like smaller. I thought it was a big number, but when you put it into that like that thought,
I mean, that's enough money to sign
it's
Mbappe, as far as I'm concerned.
It's
barely.
not though. Like it's not as far as his agent would be like, no. As the
I
bonus,
mean,
maybe. That's what I'm saying. What a trip! Like you can't even sign one really good. They're talking about Holland's $1 billion player. Like, what do you do with 80 mil? Like, Jack Grealish costs
and
more
so
than
then,
that. I don't know.
yeah, and so I don't know. That I guess that's what
That's
maybe we need to
weird.
see the development of it. Yeah, but like, what does that mean? So then, do they get exclusive rights to the stadiums as well, the locker
They must
rooms?
share
It's
in the
like,
game sales. I
you
got
know what
mad
I mean? Like,
questions.
what is that? I don't know. I guess it's good for the clubs, but then it's like, how is this any like more like how is this more ethical than the Super League? If they just are pumping a bunch of money into the English league, like, haha.
I'm telling you, fam. If all
Come
the
here.
best
This is the better
players,
league. It's like, well, then why would anybody oppose the Super League? Then it's like I would rather see
if all the
a
best
bunch of
players
different.
go to the Premier League, then the Super League already exists. Like it's becoming
Ex-
it's becoming
Exactly.
weird, but
Yeah.
by nature.
No haters.